Welcome inside the Noble Complex, everybody, here on the campus of Oklahoma Baptist University for a matchup between Eastern Oklahoma State and Seminole State. What's going on, everybody? Jacob Toby alongside Dion Amade. We've got a great matchup for you. Eastern Oklahoma State, and I'm covered up by a graphic, but it's all good, versus Seminole State, and it's a rematch between two teams that have faced off twice this year. Each has won once. It's going to be a bloodbath.
It really is. Both of these teams are athletic, big, and like to get to the free throw line. Physical performers is what I like to call them. We asked the coaching staff, what's difficult about playing a team that you've seen before in a tournament situation like this? It's knowing the matchups and making very sure that you know who the shooters are and who the rebounds are so you can block out. It's going to be very important for both of these teams to know these aspects of the game.
And when we saw Seminole State back in January, they had some foul trouble issues. If they want to win tonight, they got to stay off the fouling. Yeah,
make sure you watch number 12. This guy right here, Hobbs is the guy that you need to watch out for. He gets in that paint, he distributes, and he goes to the rack, and he goes hard, and he collects a lot of fouls. So if you're Seminole State, you got to be wary of that and stay out of foul trouble. Number 4, Dominique Primer. Number 12, D'Angelo Atkins. And number 0, Colton Kowalski was a guy, 3 guys getting in foul trouble early in this game the last time they played. So both of these teams have to stay out of the foul column.
A steal right off the bat by Dominique Primer to the rim for 2.
We told you it was going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Primer, Cameron Kennedy, D'Angelo Atkins, Carlos Slaughter, and Tony Kinzer for the Seminole State Trojans. Almost another steal. They got to be careful. Elisha Hobbs, Jaquavius Lennox, Kareem Bird, Michael Teray. Oh, and there he is, right on cue, slamming it home.
Mama, that goes that man coming up from the sky. Number 25, Michael Teray.
And then Tevin Mosley joins the starting lineup as well. Off to a quick start, 4-2 lead right now for Seminole State. Trojans coming in 18-10, 8-8 in Region 2 play. The Mountaineers 20-8, 8-8 in Region play, and the ball gets stuck right there.
And I like the energy early. Both of these teams playing above the rim right now. Good job by number 3, Cameron Kennedy, on that help defense just a second ago. They're going to need a lot more of that. You can see the look in Teray's eyes. He looks like a guy who's going to come in here and try to take advantage of Anthony Kinzer.
Primer, pull up 3. Can't rattle it home. Teray comes away with it. This guy can bring it up the court after he rebounds it and do just that. He's going to get to the free throw line for a pair.
And I like the look of Teray attacking early, being aggressive. This is another guy on the other side for Eastern Oklahoma State that's going to have to stay out of foul trouble. It was one of the things that was mentioned to me in that first matchup by the head coach of Seminole State. He said, we got to make sure that we get Teray in foul trouble. And then on the other side, coach for Eastern Oklahoma State was mentioned, we got to make sure Teray stays out of foul trouble. So both of these coaches are aware of the capabilities of number 25.
Don Tooley, the head coach for Seminole State. Scott Edgar, coach for the Mountaineers. Just underway here in Shawnee, Oklahoma, on the campus of Oklahoma Baptist. Primer almost lost the ball. Not once, but twice, 3 times. And we are going to get a jump ball. Both Don Tooley and Scott Edgar in their 6th seasons coaching their respective programs. Mosley's 3 off the mark.
Good job by Kinzer saving it from out of bounds.
Slaughter off on the baseline. Offensive rebound, though. Put back in by Cameron Kennedy. Jaquavius Lennox fading away, can't hit.
And these guys got to stay underneath and get these rebounds. They're fading away a little too soon, trying to get back on defense. Go up there and get the offensive rebound.
Primer to the baseline, lost it, went off of the Mountaineers. Primer to pass in underneath. Quick fire from Kennedy, he's short. Here comes Lennox.
Good job by Bird, number 21, contesting that rebound.
Wild shot right there.
And that's 2 early shots by Mosley and not being able to hit. I like the way the refs are letting them play early. Very aggressive defense by both sides here.
Slaughter can't hit.
Good
Hobbs.
rebounds by Hobbs.
Comes away with it. Teray way off on that baseline, Jay.
Little off from the field is Eastern Oklahoma State right now. They need to calm down and try and find their rhythm.
Kennedy driving, kicking to the corner. Primer fakes the 3, takes the 17-foot jumper, which is short. Tinsley with the rebound, or rather Mosley, excuse me. Turned it over.
And that was a lazy pass right there, and they make them pay.
Timeout call by head coach Scott Edgar of the Mountaineers. 8-3 lead for the Seminole State Trojans.
And one of the things that was told to us before this game started just a second ago was, in these games like this, when you know each other very well, you have to take care of the ball and take care of the little things. Right now for Eastern Oklahoma State, they're not taking care of the ball. That's 2 baskets that Seminole State has gotten over turnovers. The first one was that first possession where Primer took it in for the layup. This time on the other side, D'Angelo goes in and gets the easy 2.
Quick timeout for the Mountaineers to discuss. And we only got 1 bucket. That was on Michael Teray's 3.
And you can see the Seminoles State girls team is here in attendance tonight.
They are.
I think they got the whole squad here.
They play tomorrow. Lennox off the mark. And a clock issue. Referees today, Todd Parker, Brian McNutt, and David Stevens.
Looks like they were trying to get that shot clock over there to 26 seconds and got everything corrected so we can continue to play.
Subs will be coming on for the Mountaineers' next whistle. 13 on the shot clock. Primer to the corner. Slaughter almost lost it. Back to Primer. Kennedy in the corner. 6 on the clock. Kennedy lost it. Lennox will slow things down. Hobbs lost it. Ball loose. Picked up by the Trojans. Quick trigger. Kennedy knocks it down.
Hobbs just losing the ball when he enters traffic. Got poked away, and Kennedy answering back on the other side with the big 3 ball.
Down low, turned over. Primer with the steal. 11-3 lead. As that goes in and out, and then a foul down low. It looks to be against D'Angelo Atkins. Yep.
He's got to be careful there.
It's his first personal. Chase Pratt will check into the ballgame for the first time, along with Dante Adams. Actually, that'll be Jagger Solowski. Wearing 5, was wearing 15 the last time we saw him play. And Devin Mosley, the brother of Tevin Mosley, also checks in. Solowski, long range 3, off the mark. And Scott Edgar shakes his head after that long range bomb. Jordan Williams checks in for the Trojans, along with Colton Kolowski. Atkins diving on the floor. Trojans get the ball back, double team. Shot clock was winding down to 4. Another offensive rebound. And then Jagger Solowski with the defense. Went for the jam, but it was too far away from the rim. But then Chase Pratt steals it. Solowski cleans it up underneath for 2. And Don Tooley's upset.
And redemption sure is sweet. He misses the dunk, and then he gets back by Sanchez helping him out. Check out this right here. Just too far away from the basket, and it leaves his arm. But a good job not giving up is Pratt, excuse me. And he goes up and he finishes the dunk finally as Dante Adams completes the jam.
I mean, he was too far away to jam that, unless you're, Anthony Davis or someone of that nature.
And he certainly is not. He finally gets the slam dunk that he was looking for.
Score is actually 11-5, so we'll have to get that updated on our scoreboard. 11-5 in favor of the Seminole State Trojans.
One thing that I'm noticing right now about this Seminole State Trojans team is they got a lot of want to right now. They want to be in this tournament. They want to win, and they're showing it by their effort, not by the pace of play or anything that's going on, but just the effort alone, as you see number 23, big man Anthony Kinzer goes with the alley-oop and the slam.
Offensive foul. Foul on Devin Mosley. That's his first. And I am smelling some serious popcorn action over here, and I am starving.
Same here. I mean, we just ate, but it is very, very loud over here.
Now, some people, when listening, may think that you meant that the crowd was loud, but that's just another word for
the aroma.
A lot.
Yeah.
Kinzer underneath, cleans it up for 2. Eastern Oklahoma State down by 10 in the early goings of the first half. Have not gotten Elisha Hobbs in the game much, really, but that's Lennox from downtown, which will help. And
Lennox is capable of that. Every time you see him take a contested 3, you kind of grin your teeth, but it's something that he can make as Kinzer goes in for another slam.
And that's something that Scott Edgar does not want to see, is that a defense gives up the slam dunk and then the turnover going the other way. Kolowski way off on a 3 to the left. Michael Teray will check back in momentarily. Pratt, who we've seen as a starter, came off the bench today.
Yeah, and that's a guy they have to get going. He is able to make some three-point shots, and that's something this Eastern Oklahoma State team needs right now. They really need some buckets and some big-time points, as Adams isn't able to connect right there on the layup.
believe that was Solowski. He's wearing number 5 now instead of 15, which was not updated correctly.
Also number 32, Gideon Gardner.
Gideon Garner will check in for the Trojans.
And I like the lineup that's just entered the game over here for Eastern Oklahoma State. They got Hobbs, Solowski, Pratt, Teray.
Pratt with a big swish and much needed. He hits for 3.
And also Mosley. This is a lineup that seemed to have some success every time we've done a couple of games for them. So let's see what they can do here, if they can climb back into this ball game. As they get a 3, and then on the defensive side of things, they get a quick turnover.
Gardner's foot was out of bounds. Cameron Kennedy checks back in. Oh, there he is, okay. And Kalowski will sit down. Primer has stayed in there as the point guard. We saw Jordan Williams come in for a moment, but Primer has been the constant guy right now handling the basketball. We'll see if Eastern Oklahoma State can get another bucket going. And instead they turn it over. Livingston Clear is also into the game for the Trojans for the first time. There he is with the ball, heading to the rack, and 1! And he lets out a fist pump.
And the Lady Bells like it over there in the stands.
Why wouldn't they? Support the other team.
Check out the replay right here. You can see Teray gets on his back, and you can see the contact with the body, and he absorbs it and still goes up strong for the layup.
Pratt, corner 3. Off the mark, Solowski offensive rebound, no. Almost a putback jam by Teray. That guy can fly.
And it just seems like Teray and Hobbs are there at the same time, and they kind of affect each other's shot, and so it's not enough to get the tip up and in.
Almost stolen by Hobbs. Fake the 3 in the corner. Gardner no good. Primer will slow things down.
You gotta love the action that you're seeing here by both these teams. And the crowd is completely into this game.
Kinzer no good. Both defenses have done pretty well creating tough shots. Teray falling down, getting tripped.
And the interesting thing is right now, and I think is the reason why Seminole State is so much more ahead in this game, is number 12 Hobbs has yet to dribble penetrate in this game. He's not playing his game right now. He's not getting inside, getting easy baskets, getting to the free throw line. I mean, you can check the board. He has 0 points. So he has to find his offensive game if Eastern is going to cut this lead down.
Kareem Bird, who just checked in, puts that up on the right side. DeAndre Wade is in for the first time today for the Seminole State Trojans. Primer swarmed for a moment. And then the 3 banged in there by Kennedy.
He is dangerous from behind the arc right there, and he nails the 3.
Solowski, long range 3. My goodness.
And I looked at that shot, and as soon as I left his hand, as soon as it left his hand, I was shaking my head saying, he shouldn't have shot that one. And it swishes, and he proves me wrong.
He proves you wrong, you're right. He can hit some bombs. Wade inside, got fouled, he puts it in. Went up for the jam, it looked like, and then he got bunked, but he still was able to finish.
And he was all by himself down there low.
Bird will come out after quickly coming in. Tevin Mosley is his replacement. Wade at the free throw line. 78% free throw shooter, misses that one.
Primer doing a great job on Hobbs right now.
Teray turns it over. Intended pass from Mosley was stolen. 9-point lead for the Trojans. Primer.
Lost it for a second there.
I was going to say he either lost it or took 3 steps.
Great ball rotation by Seminole State, just finding the open guy, keeping it moving, and keeping this Eastern Oklahoma State defense confused.
Hobbs. Teray, pretty move.
Good job of just elevating over everybody and making the easy basket there.
Hobbs has yet to score for Eastern Oklahoma State. Pratt will step into a 3. You bet.
And just the prettiest shot you ever done seen. Good job by Pratt knocking down the 3. And now we got ourselves a little bit of a ball game here with a 6-point difference.
It's his second 3 of the game. Primer shut off. Solowski with the good defense. Gardner gives it up. Gets it back. Tried to shovel pass underneath to Wade. Wade falling for it. And I believe he got a timeout. We'll keep it here.
So here's the question I want to pose to you. Is it the supporting cast or the star players not getting it done? As you take a couple looks at these replays. Now look at the board. If you want to, in my opinion, Dominique Primer is the main guy for this Seminole State team. He controls the flow of the game, and he does a good job of creating baskets for himself. He has 2 points, but Seminole State is not suffering from that. Now look at the Eastern Oklahoma State side. Their offense runs and gets going with Hobbs' aggressiveness and him getting to the free throw line. He has 0 points, and they are suffering because of it. The surrounding cast has to get it going so these star players can, find their way into this game offensively.
Yeah, pretty impressive to only be down 6 without Hobbs scoring a bucket. Inbound and underneath for the Trojans was thrown away. Mosley to the trailing Lennox. Then for Pratt. Oh, he hit a bomb.
And that's the 3rd of the night.
That kid can shoot.
It's a good job by Mosley knowing he didn't have the numbers and just kicking it back out.
This game has so much energy, I think more than any game we've seen today. Both teams have beat each other once this season.
It's a tiebreaker right here. And that's unfortunate right there. That's going to be the second on Teray. And he's going to take an early exit to the bench.
Jamal Smith will make his first appearance today. DeAndre Wade comes out, and Tony Kinzer will check back in. Kinzer with the ball, back to Primer. 17 on the shot clock, 6:05 remaining in the first half.
And they're going to call Mosley on the reach.
Yep.
On Eastern number 20, Kevin Mosley. First personal, 15 now.
Offensive rebound by the Seminole State Trojans. Livingston Clear down low. He'll get to the free throw line. Clear averaging 5 points off the bench. 68% free throw shooter. Rolls in the first one. And that's actually Livingston Clear, not Kareem Bird. Lennox can't hit. Four-point lead for Seminole State. Clear had to throw it up at the backboard, kind of wild with it. Hobbs with some speed. Looks to get to the rim and will at least get a chance to put in some free throws.
And I think they're going to call an offensive foul.
Oh, they will, wow. No, they won't.
Offensive foul on the Mountaineers, number 12, Elisha Hobbs, his first personal.
Oh, no, they will.
17th foul.
They got him.
D'Angelo Atkins, number 12, and Pacifico.
Didn't look, I guess from my angle, I don't know.
Yeah, he pointed that way clearly. So I guess he thought one of the defenders for Seminole State had position.
Almost stolen. A missed shot by Gardner. Gets it back. Free throw line jumper rims out for the second straight time in about 3 seconds. Pratt, baseline, scampering around. Hobbs, Smith. He's fouled down low.
Seminole foul number 12, D'Angelo Atkins, second personal, 14th foul. Jamal Smith at the line, 2 shots. Carlos Slaughter, number 15, back in for Seminole.
Slaughter will check back in for the Trojans. Foul on Pratt. Scott Edgar didn't like that call, and we're shooting free throws here in the bonus with 8 fouls. So Atkins, the 6'6" freshman from Edmond, can't hit. And Mosley back with it, gets it up quickly to Pratt. Lennox for 3, too strong. And then Primer gets called for a foul.
A cheap one too, a cheap one. That's one that he's gonna regret. You can look at the, I think that's gonna be his first of the night, so it doesn't hurt him too much.
Kareem Bird in, Jamal Smith out. They go into Bird, almost stolen by Primer. That kid fights no matter how small he is.
He sure does. Got some bunnies on him too.
Primer at 5'9", almost stole that ball. Steals this one, ahead of the pack. Primer, oh, and then Pratt says, "Not my house."
Boy, that came out of nowhere from Pratt. I knew he could shoot. I didn't know he could jump.
Get up there, young fella. Slaughter, easy too. Hobbs saying, finally I get to get to the free throw line.
I'm saying finally Hobbs gets to the free throw line. Hopefully he gets it going from here.
Puts in the first. Hobbs averaging 21 a game, shooting 78% from the free throw line. Six rebounds as well per game. Some pressure here from the Mountaineers. Trying to force a turnover. They're down 4. Oh, wide open underneath Carlos Slaughter. No one saw him. Charles Dixon into the game. He misses the layup. Hobbs, pull up 3. Yo! Right down the middle.
And I told you the free throws was going to get him going. Hobbs woke up, ladies and gentlemen.
Sometimes all you need is see the ball go in the hoop as Dixon can't hit.
You know how they say quarterbacks don't really sometimes get into the game until they take their first hit?
Yes.
I think Hobbs took his first contact on that free throw. And
corner 3, Pratt, and a run right now for Eastern Oklahoma State. They take the 2-point lead. Don Tooley's had enough.
What a nice little comeback in this first half. The first lead of the game for Eastern Oklahoma State. And it forces Seminole State to go ahead and take this full timeout. We'll be back after this quick break to finish off this first half.
We were there when your grandparents made their first telephone call. We were there when your parents were able to choose what to watch on cable. And now, we're here for you, providing high-speed internet service to your family. There is one thing we know for sure. No matter what happens next, Cross is here to keep you connected. Cross, serving families like yours, today and tomorrow.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big, go bold, go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless, we believe in the power of connection.
Stolen by Lennox as we come back from the timeout. Missed 3, though, in the corner by Pratt, but a little bit of a run here for the Mountaineers. They take a 2-point lead on the 3 by Pratt before the timeout.
And they really have to give thanks to Pratt for keeping them in this game when they were on their slow start. He's got 4 threes, all 12 points off of threes as Hobbs gets fouled right there.
It's this defense right now getting steals. It's both Pratt, Hobbs, and Lennox doing work. And Hobbs back at the free throw line. Misses the first one. But pressure being put on. And it's worked so far. Slaughter with it. Another steal.
Good job by Hobbs there, knowing that they had the height advantage on him. Was able to get up and poke that one away.
Solosky for 3. Another one. 35-30.
It's raining threes right now for Eastern Oklahoma State. Seminole's going to have to get out on that line and defend.
Another steal. Hobbs heading to the rim. Almost got it to go down.
He almost had the and one situation, and you could see he was baiting that. He was baiting it. He came in and looking for the contact, got it, but wasn't able to get the row on the layup.
Hobbs is that kind of kid. He's so talented that even if he struggles or doesn't get his shots, at any moment, he can heat up.
And I mentioned it, he hadn't scored in, well, it was like 7 or 6 minutes left in the first half. It's 2 minutes left, and he already has 6 points, and he's looking for number 7 right there on the free throw line.
Kolowski, Adkins, and Gardner all check back in for the Trojans. Hobbs makes both free throws, 2:12 to go, 7-point lead in favor of the Mountaineers. They have made a run and a stand defensively, and that ends right there by Primer getting to the rack.
No fear in that guy. No fear at all. He attacks.
Solowski trying to attack right back. He missed the left-handed layup. He's missed a couple that have rolled in and out. Gardner fakes the three. They go down low, and it rolls in for Livingston clear.
That's a friendly roll if I've ever seen one.
Under 2 minutes to play, 1:35 to be exact. Hobbs, 2-3 zone defense. Right now for the Trojans. Hobbs off on the three. Lennox offensive rebound. Solowski hit one deep earlier, couldn't hit that one.
And they missed the bounce pass. That could have been an easy 2 for number 21 down there. Looking for it was Bird.
But there was a foul.
That would have been a dunk. That would have been a beautiful pass and a nice little dish by Solowski.
Solowski at the line for 2. And someone on the Eastern Oklahoma State bench saying, we got to make free throws.
That's right.
Corner three, Kolowski. Put back up and in, though, by Adkins. 1 point game. Mountaineers still lead. And it's going to be a close one. Going into halftime. Nice touch pass down low.
And that's beautiful ball movement by Eastern Oklahoma State.
Pratt almost steals it, but it knocked it off of Seminole State. This has been some great pressure defense.
And you know what they need right now? They need Primer back in this ball game because they're struggling to handle the press, and their main ball handler is number 4.
Lennox keeps it in bounds. Nicely done. Hobbs stepping in and burying a 3.
Knock it down, big fella. Knock it down.
10 points for Hobbs. Jordan Williams running the point guard right now for Seminole State. Gardner, corner 3, and he answers.
You gotta know who the shooters are as Gardner ends this half with the big 3 ball to make the lead. 3 points for Eastern Oklahoma State. Take a look at the replay. They dish it, they make that one extra pass, and he knocks it down.
We've got a good one. 42-39 in favor of the Mountaineers. We'll be back in the second half right after this.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection. Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
glad you could join us for the second half here at the Noble Complex on the campus of Oklahoma Baptist University. Eastern Oklahoma State Mountaineers and the Seminole State Trojans in a battle right now, 42-39 in favor of the Mountaineers. We saw Seminole State get out to an early lead, and Eastern Oklahoma State battle right back. First half stats, Chase Pratt leading all scorers with 12. Cameron Kennedy leading the Trojans with 10 points.
Yeah, and Pratt was pretty much the guy who kept this Eastern Oklahoma State team in the game when Seminole State took off early, and then the team kind of followed suit. Defense turning into offense, a bunch of steals, 10 in total for Eastern Oklahoma State, kept them in the game. But the difference right now is the threes. I mean, you look at the stats right now, three-pointers, 3 for 9 for Seminole State and 9 for 18 for Eastern Oklahoma State. So that's really what's got them in the lead here.
Right now it's Hobbs, Solowski, Teray, Lennox in the corner, who can't hit the three, and Bird for Eastern Oklahoma State. It's Primer, Atkins, Kennedy, Slaughter, and Kinzer in the game for Seminole State.
And it's interesting that he kept Solowski, number 5, in the starting lineup for the second half. Some of those threes being able to fall down for him might be the reason why he's starting the second half instead of the normal original starting 5.
Kennedy with 10 points. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Mountaineers. 14 on the shot clock. Seven seconds. Primer versus Solowski. Primer's gonna have to put one up. Fakes the shot and gets trampled. He got Solowski up in the air, and Primer just gobbled up at 5'9".
And Solowski's fortunate enough that Primer, once he got in the air and he saw that he was in the air, he didn't move, because if he goes and takes a couple more steps towards Solowski, he might be falling on his head. And we don't want to see that.
Primer inbounds, but gets tipped and stolen by Solowski. He's pushing, but a wild layup can't go. Ball still on the ground, still fighting for it. Both players. This guy's motor is ridiculous.
And that's Solowski, who was able to get the tip and the steal over there on the inbounds pass. Just too hot in transition on the layup.
Yeah, and almost too much speed. Slaughter, double teamed in the corner. Gets it back. And it's stolen by Solowski. Who else? Solowski for three. Short. Lennox missed the putback layup, but he might have got pushed from behind.
I think they're going to call that one on Primer.
Seminole foul number 4, Dominic Primer, second personal, first team foul.
So Jaquavius Lennox, the 6'1" freshman from Hugo, Oklahoma, out of Hugo High School, will shoot a pair at the line.
And that rattles in and out on his first free throw attempt.
Kolowski comes in, Primer comes out, and then Williams, who runs the point, is in. Slaughter is out, and our cameraman, Johnny Dash, will like this. Jaquavius Lennox at the free throw line looks up to none other than LeBron James. Says they grew up in a similar way. Just thought I'd note that because we've been talking about LeBron a lot.
Who doesn't talk about LeBron a lot?
Corner three is short. Putback is also short. And then over the back will be called against Atkins. Lennox had a moment with Scott Egger, and he goes back to the locker room. Don't think anything was seriously
I think
wrong.
we all know what he was going back to the locker room for. Potty break. Hey, man, at least
I'm
he's
not
not.
going to speculate anything like that.
And at least he's not in football pads. I got some stories for you
I don't want
if
to
you're
hear
ever interested.
Solowski throwing up a wild shot as he went to cut. Well, Pratt goes in. I mean, was the offense of the first half for the Mountaineers, so.
Yeah, I think he should have been in it a little sooner.
Solowski is at the free throw line. Again, he apparently switched numbers with Dante Adams. Dante Adams not on the roster. So Solowski went from 15 to 5, just like that. And Hobbs is the only player for Eastern Oklahoma State going for an offensive rebound, and he really doesn't even go for it because he couldn't. 3 defenders back for the Mountaineers, and then some pressure up top here. Devin Mosley will check in as that one goes down. In a 1-point game. Trojans trying to take back the lead. Hobbs passing on the baseline. Out on the Trojans.
And it was a good idea with the pass, but Bird had already left the area. And so
the Bird flew away.
He certainly did. Luckily enough, Seminole State taps that one before it goes out of bounds.
Solowski can't hit.
And this Eastern Oklahoma State team has gone a little cold as they went into halftime there. Hopefully they can get it back.
They've gone cold. Temperatures outside have stayed in the 40s, just looked. Oh, block at the apex.
By Atkins.
Wow.
What a strong defensive move by D'Angelo Atkins.
Matt Mosley at the rim.
Good job by Pratt defensively getting a hand on that one, tipping it out of bounds. That's a defensive mental lapse right there by Eastern Oklahoma State. Had a man wide open. That being Livingston. And that's a great move over there by Bird as he attacks the basket, doesn't make it, but go into the free throw line, trying to take the lead back for Eastern Oklahoma State.
Foul on Atkins, that's his third. So Kareem Bird, the freshman from Taliena, Oklahoma.
That first one hits the back of the rim, rattles out. Does the same thing on that second attempt, but rolls in.
Sometimes you get the bounce, sometimes you don't. Williams trying to play a two-man game with Atkins. Atkins has to save it. Williams behind the back. Shovel pass down low, and what a block down low by Bird, right?
Bird flew up there and got it, and now the offensive foul Good job by number 32, Gardner, standing there and taking it like a man.
They break the pressure. Williams to the corner for Gardner. Clear. Rebound put back in.
And Bird had it in his grasp, but just couldn't control it coming down. Seminole State finds a way to get their hand on it and get it back up.
And they finally lead for the first time in a long time, but not for long. Coming back down the court, Devin Mosley for Trey. And Pratt steals the inbounds, fires away, and hits the front rim. He really wanted that one. Mosley goes into the stands.
They throw it up to him.
Williams scores on the other end. Mosley from out of the stands coming down and scoring a pair.
That's the funniest cherry picking situation I've ever seen in my life.
That was awkward. He comes to save a loose ball.
But here's the MVP of the play. The assistant coach who had the presence of mind to move the chair out of the way so he could get back into the game. And then, ironically, he's sitting there right there when they get the steal to get the easy 2 points. That is, look at him come out of the screen out of nowhere, and he's sitting right there for not easy, but a contested two-pointer, and he completes the three-point play.
Easily the best play was the chair moving. Assistant coach doing a fine, fine job. Matt A. Dillard.
That was one hell of an assist right there.
Williams, baseline, couldn't put it home. The jam back also couldn't go. DeAndre Wade got fouled.
And there's no quitting these Seminoles. They continue to get these second chance opportunities.
Wade to the free throw line, the freshman from Uniondale, New York. Wade, a 78% free throw shooter. That one goes down. Hobbs will check out. And again, have not heard much from him in the second half.
No,
not much we did in the first part of the first half.
Yeah, and he hasn't scored in the second half at all. Still sitting there with 10 points as he exits the ball game. And you can see there's a little stoppage in play, a little blood on the court. Good job by our
Can't have that.
cameraman.
Oh, hey. See him up in the stands over there on the left?
Look at
Kidding
that.
me?
He's coming back down. Watch him, guys.
Oh, there's the blood. You don't want to get that on the court. Got to clean that up.
What's up? They got to get some peroxide.
Something. It's probably dried up there already. Well, 1 point lead for Eastern Oklahoma State. Take this time to tell you about our Spring Fling promo. The iPhone XR for a penny on our premium plan, or the $40 standard unlimited plan, $99 off any phone of your choice, and then our regular $59.99 unlimited internet will get you down to $49.99. Our Spring Fling promo.
We want to say a big thanks to our major sponsors for the NJCAA Basketball Championships,
and still trying to clean it up down there. They have to bring out a whole new med kit for it. And I respect the need to clean it up, obviously. As you see Mosley put it in again, play the game by far. Not even close. So they really have to bring out a whole duffel bag to clean this thing up. And look at this earlier. The missed dunk, Pratt with the steal, and then Solowski redunks it correctly.
Redunks it.
Correct dunk.
It takes a lot of people to put on these games, a group effort, and one of the key members of the squad, getting that court cleaned up in the blood.
He better be tipped very well tonight. There must have been a decent amount. We're good to go. No blood on the court now. Lennox will check back in after his break.
Yeah, it was a break.
Went to the locker room. If we had a sideline reporter, we'd go send him or her, get the scoop. Finally, basketball. 1 point lead for Eastern Oklahoma State. Julian Woods in for the first time tonight.
And he gets the friendly roll.
3-point game. And that ties it. Gideon Garner from the left corner. All tied up at 52. Lennox thought about a three at the top. Has Woods open down low, fading away, high arcing shot.
And he's come out guns a-blazing. 2 back-to-back shots for number 23, Julian Woods.
And a steal by Woods, deflected also by Mosley for a second. DeAndre Wade diving into the scorer's table.
Get our table knocked back just a little bit,
Gotta
but
be careful here. Things will get turned off easily.
yes, they will.
Lennox step back three was off to the left. Wade trying to save the ball. He does so. Jordan Williams comes up with it. Effort from either side tonight has been there no matter what. As Wade can't hit, but a follow by Clear goes down. And we're tied at 54. Polar opposite of our last game.
Yeah, this one is a nail-biter.
Connor State with the blowout win over Western Oklahoma State. Mosley for three. Clanks the back of the rim.
And a nice spin move by Livingston Cleary with his back-to-back baskets.
Back-to-back baskets in the lead. Going back to Seminole State, 56-54. Back in a moment.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer 1 line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
You are called to be bold, to connect in your home, to your community, and to the world. From your land, we are Bravado Wireless. We are your high-speed internet provider based right here in Eastern Oklahoma. With the latest technology, we offer coverage in more underserved areas than ever, with 4G LTE speeds and no installation needed. We're faster and more reliable than the competition, and at $59.99 a month, we're more affordable too. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
2-point lead for Seminole State. Eastern Oklahoma State trying to tie it as we are under 12 minutes to play in the second half. Thanks for tuning in. Jacob Toby, Dion Amade, and our entire crew here at Bravado Wireless. And look at Teray flexing on him. Ties the game up 56.
With the three-point opportunity, Teray comes in and makes his presence felt as soon as he enters the ball game.
Can't hit anything, so it'll stay tied. Williams thinking two all the way. He got fouled. It'll be against Kareem Bird. So Jordan Williams will get to the free throw line. Williams, a 6'2" freshman from UConn. Went to UConn High School.
He misses the first.
He's a 55% free throw shooter. Misses both. Lennox back the other way. Bird diving on the floor because he lost it for a moment. Ball still loose. Players all over the place. It's a wrestling match, and it's a jump ball.
Jump ball gone. Eastern keeps possession.
Inbounding right in front of our table. Good view. Hobbs with speed, throwing it up. What an offensive foul. Scott Egger disagreeing. Oh, no, they do. Do they put it in or what? Nope. Scott Egger going over to David Stevens, one of the referees we have tonight.
And they, on the board, they say that's 2, but I think that's 3 on Hobbs. So I've counted at least 3 offensive fouls on him.
Wade, floater no. Bird the rebound. Teray. Oh, Lennox was wide open for a 3 on the wing.
Bird can't handle the pass. Maybe missing an opportunity there to go up for an easy 2.
Yeah, probably would have been open. Pratt, Lennox. Oh my goodness, nothing but net.
And Lennox was ready to shoot as soon as that ball touched his hands.
Lennox and Pratt on the floor at the same time, 2 ball handlers. And it's working out just fine right now.
Pratt really hasn't scored, though, in the second half. All 12 of his points that came in the first.
A tough shot on the follow. Colton Kolowski. Teray, 15-footer no. Offensive rebound kept alive. Back out to Pratt. He can't hit. Bird flying in.
With the basket. That's a good job by this Eastern Oklahoma State team, going up and getting second chance opportunities and making them count.
Timeout. 3-point lead for Eastern Oklahoma State. We'll take a break. Be right back.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
(61-58), 3-point lead for the Mountaineers. Jacob Toby alongside Dion Amade.
Great inside move over there by D'Angelo Adkins.
1-point lead still for the Mountaineers. Pratt shut off baseline. Ball almost goes into the backcourt.
That one made me a little nervous.
10 on the shot clock. Teray on the post. Spinning, fading, one-handed hook shot, no good.
And it was a good move, he just couldn't execute.
Gardner was cutting, they couldn't get it to him. Adkins falling down, trying to pass it inside, and it works. Kinzer. Kinzer with the bucket. And the lead back to the Mountaineers. Teray forgot the ball, got it back, and it goes in.
And every time Teray gets the ball down low or in the mid-range, he's looking to score.
Williams, Adkins, and it's on the floor. I reckon there'll be a lot of lead changes in this last 7:45.
Yeah, I imagine so. Should be make for an interesting game down the wire.
Julian Woods and Devin Mosley in. Teray and Bird out. Adkins, the Edmond Santa Fe High School product. Played against Trae Young in high school a couple years ago.
Like those 12s that he's rocking down there.
Can't hit the second. We're tied at 63.
And a nice kiss off the glass, Julian Woods. That's 6 for him.
Kinzer can't hit. Solowski trying to push. Floater, no good. His putback attempt, no good.
He has so much athletic ability, but when he comes in the lane, he's always a little out of control.
Dion, we have not seen Dominique Pryor in quite some time.
I have not even realized it.
Lennox on a fast break by himself. Euro step and flip it up, but he couldn't finish.
He tried to hit the reverse layup, and it just didn't roll in.
But yeah, it's been Jordan Williams, the point guard of choice for Don Tooley and his Seminole State Trojans.
And that's the thing about this Seminole State team is they have a lot of players that they can go through. It's a very deep squad. And so any given night, there's going to be a player who's just on and a player who's not. And so you got to go with the hot hand. But as you say that, look who enters the ball game, Dominique Pryor. And he comes in shooting and knocking down. The three is number 4, Mr. Pryor. Excuse me, Primer.
Another jump ball. Trojan bench happy about that turnover. Pryor to the corner.
Oh, they got Pratt in the air.
Foul on Eastern number 10, Chase Pratt, his second personal, 19th foul. Cameron Kennedy at the line.
Cameron Kennedy from Little Elm, Texas. Went to Little Elm High School and was the captain of his basketball team. Can't hit the free throw. Under 6 to play. Primer on Lennox. Fighting off ball. Blocked. The shot clock was going down.
And Mosley lost control of that ball way before it was blocked.
Seminole State with the ball and the lead. Atkins to the corner. Kennedy. Atkins. Big shot from Atkins in the corner. And a timeout. The Trojans, they take a 4-point lead, 69-65.
And it was just 2 series where Eastern Oklahoma State had a bad possession, and then 2 series where you see this Seminole State team execute. We'll see a lot more of that, hopefully, in the rest of this ball game, but hopefully from both sides. We'll be back in a little short second here on Bravado Wireless.
You are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
4-point lead for the Seminole State Trojans with 4:49 to go in the ball game. And there is Scott Edgar during the timeout was talking to his kids, screaming the word kumite, kumite, kumite. And what he means by that, that's Japanese for hands, hands, hands.
Active hands,
active hands.
yeah.
So he's using some other languages to get the message across.
Whatever works. Whatever works. Didn't work on that possession as Seminole State gets the rebound and going the other way. It's Primer.
Stolen by Hobbs. Had Solowski up for a quick moment, but couldn't get it to him. Instead, he'll just drive, change his way, and get to the line.
Seminole foul number 12, D'Angelo Atkins. Fourth personal, 17th foul. Elijah Hobbs, shooting 2.
Hobbs puts the first down. He's got 10 points and 6 rebounds, or rather 11 points. Now 12. Chase Pratt will sit down. He's been quiet in the second half.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because he kind of cooled off. 12 points in the first half, nothing in the second. See if they can get some offensive production from some of these other Eastern Oklahoma State players.
4 minutes to play. 2-point lead for the Trojans. You don't want to miss the end of this.
Not at all.
Wireless.
Not at all.
Primer stepping in. Can't cash in. Atkins underneath. Offensive board was blocked once, blocked twice. Still got his miss, and then fouled, but he hit the floor or got hit in the head.
Looks like his eyes.
He's holding one of his eyes. I think he's okay.
Not one, not two, but 3 rebounds.
Right there.
There you see him go directly to holding his eyes.
Being poked in the eye is not fun.
Not at all.
When you have to shoot a free throw directly after it as well.
And it looks like the trainer has a little bit of contact solution in his hands.
Yep, they're going to take a moment. Oh, they'll wait. Atkins with 10 points and 7 rebounds tonight. There's been a lot of his free throws in this game, and at some point, it's going to come down to those.
And I have no doubt in my mind that that shot to the eye affected his free throw right there. One of those situations where you got to fight through adversity. You can see he's still blinking right now.
Cashes in the second. Livingston clear in, and Atkins will have to take a seat. But if he can get right, I'm sure he'll be inserted back in.
Yeah, especially with a 3-point lead.
Hobbs. Ten on the shot clock. Solowski kept the ball alive. Clear comes up with it. But then he's going to get called for the foul as he threw down Kareem Bird.
And there was a lot of bodies hitting the ground right there. Let's take a look at it.
One body, two body.
And I don't know if that was an offensive foul or not. It was called and it was blown, so the ball will go and stay with Eastern Oklahoma State.
Chase Pratt checking. Bird, oh my goodness, sent away by Kinzer. Solowski fakes the pass. Pratt, oh, in and out. He's struggled in the second half, finding that shot. Teray can't get the scooper to go. Another offensive rebound, Solowski. And then Hobbs is fouled. My goodness. Body's going every which way.
Yeah, they're going to call that one on Kennedy, and he does not like the call. He thought he had a jump on that ball.
Hobbs, 12 points, 6 rebounds. There's Atkins, he checks back in. Still clinching that eye, but he wants to play. And Hobbs at the line has started to attack the rim again, but he can't hit the free throw. Primer is gonna get up the court, break the pressure. Kinzer, Primer for 2, big bucket. Big bucket with 2:30 remaining. Hobbs almost pulled the trigger.
And they're in the double bonus.
Hobbs, 2 shots.
Lennox in, Pratt out. First half they were playing so well together. Second half,
it's been a different story.
Hobbs' free throws are good. 3-point game.
And you see them applying the press now.
1-3-1 it looks like.
The foul's called on Bird.
This has started to turn into a free throw contest as Atkins will go back to the line. And 78% free throw shooter. Missed both last time and misses this one. Pardon me, he missed 1 of 2. Jordan Williams and Chase Pratt will come in next whistle. Gideon Gardner out for.
And it looks like Seminole State's going to go with the press as well. Fighting fire with fire. And it's a turnover.
Wow. Solowski came out. He'll check back in. Gardner checks in as well. Hobbs out with 2:16. Some defense, offense lineups going out and coming in. Gardner in for the offense. Pratt in for his defense on Primer. Primer trying to dance. Loses Pratt for a second. And then he's swallowed. Swallowed up. My goodness.
Bird came out of nowhere and knocked that ball out of the sky.
My goodness. 8 on the shot clock. Nothing hit the rim. Primer with 5. Looks for options. Atkins. No, but an offensive rebound. A big one by Kennedy. Under 2 minutes to go. 140.
Seminole State still up by 4.
Primer with 13 on the clock. Guarded by Solowski. Kennedy. Back to Primer. 6. And they come up with a steal. Up to Solowski. He'll head to the rim for 2. And it's a 2-point game.
And that might have been a foul as well. Solowski does a good job. He's in all game long. He's been coming with so much momentum, and these layups haven't been going in. But this time, he takes full advantage of the full court press. He comes in and slams it home with the dunk. Take a look. He takes the poke from behind. Cherry pick. Good job by number 10, Pratt, seeing him, and then he comes in with the slam dunk. And it's a 2-point ball game with 1 minute and 8 seconds left.
73-71. Hobbs will check back in. We have seen a lot of weird stuff today. Players going into stands, coming back into play, making buckets, missed dunks, good dunks, bad passes, good passes. It's just a dogfight of a basketball game right now, and the winner will move on to play on Friday, and they will play NEO.
Yeah, and that's going to be a tough matchup, whoever draws them. But they got to get through tonight. They can't look forward. Both these teams, I mean, it's a mistake here, it's a mistake there. It's an executing on the half-court offense on one side. It's playing aggressive on defense on the other. If you honestly looked at me and asked me the question, what do you think it's going to take to get a win with 1 minute and 8 seconds left? I couldn't tell you, because this thing has been up and down the whole game long.
Saddle up. Seminole State with the ball. Full court pressure, man to man. Lennox on Gardner. Gardner will bring it up, give it a Pryor. Primer. Under a minute. On the shot clock. Gardner is fouled. And that would not be a good foul.
Nah, because you never foul a three-point shooter. And if Gardner is nothing else, he's a three-point shooter.
That or the fact that they didn't need to foul regardless. Shot clock was going down to 7.
He knocks that first one home.
He's a 92% free throw shooter.
You can take that to the bank right there. 92%.
This one's the big one. 2-possession game now. Jordan Williams in. Gardner out. 45 and 8/10 seconds to go. Eastern Oklahoma State would love a bucket. Quick 2 or a 3. Pratt will go for the 3 and miss.
It's too strong. It's had too much momentum.
Offensive rebound, almost stolen. Hobbs has it. Lennox swinging it. Pratt, another chance. In and out. He had 2 chances and couldn't get it to go. And a foul against the Mountaineers with 28 seconds to go.
And Pratt has been cold all second half. This time when they really need it, they give him 2 attempts, and both of them rattle in and out.
And I cannot complain about the looks that he got.
And I think Teray might have fouled out.
Yep, he did. Primer will have to hit some free throws here. Primer 83% at the line. 4-point game now. So if Primer makes both, it's a 6-point game. There's one. Six-point game. Now, are you going for 3 or are you going right for a quick 2?
You got to go for the 3, in my opinion. 28 seconds left. It's not enough time.
Lennox up the court. Almost forgot the ball. Solowski, good look for 3 straight away. Put it down. Immediate timeout called.
I told you, you got to go for the quick 3 and make it a situation where they have to produce something offensively. Put the pressure back on the other squad.
3-point game. We'll take a break. Be right back.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer 1 line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month. with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Three-point game, 77-74. Jacob Toby along with Dion Amade. Put your headset on, brother. We got to be able to hear you.
My apologies. I'm professional.
We got to hear you, my brother. So, Eastern Oklahoma State down by 3. What do they got to do?
All right, so they did what they had. They did what they had to do on that first possession. They made the 3 and they knocked it down. Now the pressure is on Seminole State. They got to produce something here offensively, or else it's an evenly matched game, and the opportunity of things look like it's going to go. And they fouled.
Well, that was a good foul because that took maybe a second off. Their plan was not to foul. They wanted to get a steal, but regardless, Slaughter has to hit some free throws here. He shoots them at 84%.
And I don't think the coaching staff wanted that foul. Slaughter knocks that in, which makes it a 4-point ball game and a 2-possession game at that with 21 seconds left.
Puts both in. Jordan Williams back. Kinzer out. 21 seconds left. 5-point game. They'll let it roll. Hobbs tried to fire one away, and he got fouled.
Can't foul a 3-point shooter.
My goodness.
Can't foul a 3-point shooter.
We talk about that every broadcast. Cardinal sin.
Now let's just see if Hobbs has ice in his veins.
Hobbs, 3 shots.
If he can make all 3, they foul. Seminole State needs to just miss 1.
In my opinion, you always have to worry about the first shot in the 3-and-3.
Well, he makes 2. Well, I'll counter. This shot's the most important. This is the difference between Seminole State getting the ball back and missing 1 free throw, and then they have a clear shot. And he missed.
Still a 2-point ball game, or excuse me, 3-point ball game.
Oh, the ball kept in by Gardner, but no good. Lennox has it with 7. Pratt looking for somewhere, and he traveled.
And Pratt has to take that shot when he's open. He's right there. Nobody's around him. He has to take that shot. You're the guy who makes 3s on this team. He has to take that shot.
I'm not sure if he was that open, was he?
No, when he initially got the pass from out of bounds, he was open. He should have pulled up.
He was looking for the one more down on the wing.
You can't hesitate.
That's tough. That's a tough one. Gardner had to save the ball. Inbounds. 5.8 to go. So they have to foul again and hope they miss both free throws.
That's unfortunate right there. They had an opportunity. They had an opportunity. Now it's going to go down to hoping the Seminole State team misses a couple of free throws.
Sometimes prayers can be answered.
Seen crazier things happen.
Seen a lot of crazy things happen. All right. Kennedy will inbound. Primer, Slaughter, Kinzer, Gardner on the floor with them. All good free throw shooters. They get it into Primer, and the foul immediately. Like we said before, Primer 84% at the line. Just needs to make one.
And that's the guy you want the ball in his hands. I mean, he wants that. He wants that inbound pass and to be fouled.
He sat almost all the second half and has come in and put in free throws. I mean, that takes a lot.
Ice water in your veins.
D'Angelo Atkins, number 12.
4.7 to go. Hobbs with 2. Hobbs will pull up. Shot won't count. What a game. That's how it ends right there. 81-76, the final score. Don Dooley and Scott Edgar embrace right there, both in their 6 seasons at their respective schools, but it's Seminole State advancing.
And although Eastern Oklahoma State Mountaineers might have had the play of the night and maybe the tournament, we'll see going forward. The winners of the night, though, was Seminole State as they advance to take on NEO. A very tough, hard-fought game, but it was one to behold.
All right, so tomorrow's games will start at 1 o'clock. Oh, actually, these are the Friday games for the boys, so we'll talk about those in a second. The women's games tomorrow start at 1 o'clock. We'll have full coverage there on Bravado Wireless. And as for the men's bracket, you take a look at it. It's NEO, the #1 seed, and Seminole State playing on Friday, March 8th at 1 p.m. And then it'll be Tonkawa and Connors State playing on Friday at 3 p.m. We saw some great games today, one blowout. But this final game, 81-76 is the final, probably the best one of the day.
Man, I love the way that at the end of the first half, this Eastern Oklahoma State team, they came on strong with the play of Pratt and the three-point abilities and the defense that was displayed. All these steals that took place. The energy level, though, no matter what part of the game that we were in, the energy level was up. The crowd was in it. It was a fun game to call. But at the end of the day, there were some opportunities for Eastern Oklahoma State to take over and win or even make it a close call. They couldn't answer the call of the bell. At the end of the day, Seminole State, they earned this one. And they're going to go on and play NEO on Friday's matchup. But I'll tell you right now, they need to celebrate this one now, put it in the back of their heads, and go on to look forward to the next game.
How do they match up?
NEO is a ball club that's they're impressive, but they got a lot of athletes on that side, so I wouldn't count them out at all.
All right, 81-76, the final score here from Shawnee. And Seminole State advancing in to Friday's games. Well, from the Noble Complex here at Oklahoma Baptist University, for our entire broadcast crew here at Bravado Wireless, and for my broadcast partner, Dion Amade, I'm Jacob Toby. This game is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. No portion of this game or broadcast may be duplicated, redistributed, or manipulated without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless. For the final time, 81-76, the final score, sealing